Let me tell y'all, it smells like fauna and flowers out here. This is like really crazy because I would expect Hawaii to smell like this. But good old Roanoke, Virginia smells like fauna and flowers. It's like kind of grassy, but then almost has like a bit of like a plumeria smell to it. It's really interesting. I do wonder where it's coming from. Maybe some night blooming jasmine. It smells very similar. I'm not quite sure, but it's very lovely. So here I am. I'm about to go to an overlook out here in the middle of this park. There's a street. And just see what that's about. I haven't got too much hiking in. I did go down to the river yesterday because the Lord told me to go there. And this was interesting because it was after I was reading Joshua and Deuteronomy. I can't quite remember which verses it was, but so the Lord was, I'm pretty sure it was Joshua. The Lord was demonstrating how he would keep the Israelites safe when they were crossing the Jordan. And of course, you know, some of them didn't trust him. Because it's like, you know, the Jordan River, I'm sure, is pretty deep. It's probably pretty crazy as far as currents and that kind of stuff. So, you know, who wouldn't be nervous about crossing that river? And it was the same thing with me when I was trying to cross the Roanoke, which I was really surprised because I didn't used to be afraid of that kind of stuff. Like, I would just jump in and do it. But all of a sudden, I'm just kind of afraid of things. It just came out of nowhere. Maybe just living in the city life too much. Maybe it's getting older. I'm not quite sure. That's a bit frustrating. But the Lord said, you know, don't worry. Like, I'll keep you safe. So I inched forward into the water. And I was kind of afraid the current was going to take me away, but it didn't. I did make it to the other side. Thankful. I'm so thankful to the Lord for that. I didn't necessarily need to get to the other side, but it was something that, you know, I wanted to put my trust in the Lord about it. And then, you know, after I got to the other side, I was feeling a bit bold, and so I was like, okay, well, let me try to walk upstream because there's a little rocky place that you can sit that the current goes over. So I decided to do that. And then what happened was I initially tried, and look at this view. I initially tried and I could not do it. Like, I was flopping around all over the place. It was really kind of embarrassing. I just remember myself being stronger than that. But yeah, so I decided to ask the Lord. I was like, well, can you get me upstream so I can go sit on those rocks? And he said, yeah. And so I started just praising him and worshiping him. And I surely started to be able to walk upstream. It was really crazy and like cool at the same time. It just shows you, you know, God's a living God. Like, he's listening to us. Whatever we ask for in his name, he will give us. He just makes the battle so much easier. So I'm just thankful to him for that. And then I was doing some fasting yesterday, and it was just a really good day. I had a really good time at that river. But I was very weak in the morning from the fasting. And so I got to the river. I was still pretty weak. And then after that, I felt better. And then I decided to just do some praise and some worship for it was a good hour or so. I'm sure people were looking at me. This crazy woman in the woods just like praising and worshiping the Lord. But that's okay. But yeah, I felt so much stronger after that. I felt like I didn't need to eat because I just ate everything that I should. And that's why he says, man does not survive on bread alone, but every word that proceeds out the mouth of God. And it's very true, because we really do have to feed our spirits, more so than our flesh, especially in these last days. And the older we get, it's not about the flesh. The flesh is just here from the fall type deal. So, it's dying, but we want our spirits to go on back to the living God. So that's why we feed our spirits. So I'm praying for a good session today, just out in the woods, just admiring this beauty. God created all this. A lot of men, they try to say that they're gods or whatever, but what we do, the most we've done with the tree is take its seeds and replant it, or whatever the deal is. Like, we've never actually created the trees. Everything that we get is from something that was already here. And who put it here? God Almighty. He's great. So I'm just going to enjoy nature. Hopefully you guys will have the chance to get out in nature too and just enjoy God's creation. I definitely think we all need to do it. It just makes it so easy to regenerate and to connect with Him. So I'm praying that for you guys in the name of Jesus Christ. You guys have a blessed one. Bye.